So Leicester City 1, Arsenal 3, and Claude
We are live in the league, so we are live in the league. We are live in the league, so we. Oh shit! No, we're not anymore. Oh, I just looked how I watched the TV. How they 4-0 up? Jesus Christ!
Mate, and do you know what's crazy is we've got Burnley next. We'll come on to that in a minute. Claude, it's nice to see you singing, smiling. We've scored 3 goals again. This time
I've got to smile a bit. I've had a bit of a bad news this morning. I won't go over it, but I feel a bit better with that result anyway. Let's put it this way, and it's a great result. As I could say, watching the game, I thought Pepe was outstanding today. I know they gave it to Willian, who man of the match. I would have said Pepe, although I thought Willian had a good game. I think the great thing for us, I think what turned the game for us, I think is Rodgers' selection at the start, playing the young kid at fullback against Pepe, who completely destroyed him, didn't he, really? And
he subbed him at half
that turned the game. First goal was a poor goal to give away. I thought Mari should have come into defender rather than he should have come and faced up to the player. He let him go, and they scored. You've got to say though, I do feel for their injuries are horrendous, mate, during the game, and it justified. And I'm going to praise here Arteta on that. Justified him not playing Saka, because look at what's happened with Smith Rowe now. He's gone off. Now we're all these players.
Harvey Barnes went off for them as well, and he's been brilliant this season.
All these key players went off for them, and in the end, it wasn't it. They just didn't have anything to attack us with, did they? In the second half, we got that third goal, which was cushion.
And the only chances they really had fell to Iniacho, who was skying them out of the stadium. If that was Vardy, it might have been a different story. But I felt that what we did well today was contain them and manage that game out. I know they obviously have players go off injured, and they've got a lot of injuries to key players like Maddison.
I'd say that, but I also would say that was made a lot easier that a lot of the key players that can hurt you went off, didn't they? And,
obviously you mentioned Pepe a minute ago. How good was his performance today?
This is where my point comes across, and now hopefully for the rest of it, this will sink in that we play Cedric on that side with Pepe, because he does not interfere like Bellerin. Bellerin gets in his way for me. And I think you saw how good Pepe was today with a different player down that side with him. And I hope that now we'll stick with that. And for the rest of the season.
And it just goes to show that when you play with somebody who overlaps, his confidence level went through the roof, because he knew he had somebody going past him, which gives him space that occupies that defender to track that run. And it gives him a lot more space. And he looked like he was having a whale of a time out there today. I thought personally that was his best performance for our football club.
No, he played well. I don't understand. Well, I know Willian had a good game. I don't understand why Alan Smith gave Willian the man of the match. I think it should have been Pepe, but there's differences.
That definitely was Willian's best game for us. That was definitely his best game, because he has been tragic since he's been here. But I think that obviously I see that they gave him man of the match at the end. Me personally, I picked Pepe, but a lot of people were picking Willian. And listen, he had a good game today, Willian, and that's the Willian that I expected to see week in, week out at this football club. And today, maybe he's woken up and thought, "Oh, hang on," but there was other good performances in the team as well.
No, I thought David Luiz had a great game. Mari got better in the second half, I thought, but first half, I don't know. It wasn't that. I still think that goal, because he's there. The guy's coming in. He should have been going on to that guy, and he just stayed in the same spot. And he should have, because that guy just had a clear run inside. He should have moved across to take him on.
Did you put any of that blame on Leno? because maybe because I know they try and cover their near stick the goalkeepers, but for me, I thought he just went down a little bit too slow. And I know the ball was arcing away from him, but for me, I think he has to do better. What do you reckon?
Maybe, yeah, but I still think that Murray should have closed that space down where he should have moved across and closed him down and make it hard. He just had a clear run through, didn't he? He had a clear run. And also, it was a bit poor on the halfway line from, was it Tierney and Jack? I don't know what they were doing there, but that was poor as well. But otherwise, he didn't have a bad game, Tierney, did he? I mean, he had a good game. Yeah, overall, it's a good performance, but I like to judge us more in the next few weeks. See how we perform again. If we can,
we've obviously got Burnley next at Turf Moor, and they're getting absolutely.
Although they're getting murdered here,
taken apart.
I still think that would be a harder game because they won't. They'll make it really hard for us. They will make it very difficult, even when they play at home. But I think we have to get a goal. If we get an early goal, we'll smack them like Spurs are smacking them at the moment.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing with some of these other clubs, teams like Burnley. If you can get in and score a goal real quick against them, they do capitulate. The longer the game goes on against teams like them and West Brom, the longer they've got a chance.
You saw it them when they come to the Emirates, how compact and how hard we found it to close.
Yeah.
To get it behind.
Obviously, we've moved up the table a little bit for the time being.
No, we've back down again, mate. We're back down, aren't we? We're back to the same where we were, I think, because they're 4-0 up, aren't they?
Oh, cool. Yeah. Where do you see us finishing this season? Because we have got some tough games. I still think we've got Liverpool, West Ham, Tottenham, Chelsea still to come. I still think we've got Everton as well. Where do you actually see us finishing? Because we've obviously got into the next round of the Europa League now. We've got a tough draw in that. In the middle of them two games, we've got Tottenham, which, listen, we can't just go and throw a reserve team out against them because it's a North London derby. Yeah, so, you've got them two legs either side of that North London derby.
And Gareth Bale.
What would you do if you was Arteta? What would you do? Would you just
firing now, isn't he? Gareth Bale, he's firing now, isn't he? So it's a hard one because you know what? There's a lot of injuries now going to be picked up. It's all these teams are getting him now. All these. Look at Leicester today. Week went with Smith Rowe, got injured, didn't it? I don't know any news from the injury. I don't know. So a lot of these players are getting a lot of knocks, and I think it's because there's been no proper pre-season, is there? And that's what's happened.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround, and the fact there's been so many games.
And Leicester now. I was just talking to Lee Chapper. He said he's frightened. He's fearful that they're going to just completely drop now because they've got Maddison out. Barnes is now going to be out for a while.
Fofana's out.
Fofana.
Justin's out.
Didn't Evans go off? Was it Evans?
James Dennis Pratt's out as well. They've got 5, 6, 7 players.
Yeah. These all players, and they said. Luckily, they haven't got, but they're running the last 3 games. He said they got Spurs. What would you say? Manchester United and Chelsea or something in their last 3 games.
Yeah, you don't want to be going into that needing points to qualify, do you?
Yeah,
I think we'd much rather both be in their position than our position right now, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
we're going to crack on and do some player ratings in a minute. But appreciate you coming on again, mate. And we move on to Burnley. 3 points in the bag.